Kohalar Lala, Hai Now Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Wamalaki, by Hashem, Harawat, Wakakodash, Barak Thumb, the Water Bible, Bar, Wakwam, Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching a likewise doctrine that say you shall want. In this video, it's an Edomite speaking out on how the benefits are being cut from the elderly. Now, we told y'all not to trust Esau, Edom, especially Edomites in government. We told you their game plan. We told you what Trump's plan was. Well, it's not Trump's plan, it's Trump's assignment, rather. His assignment, his job, is to put this country on a path to destroy itself. Trump has handlers, he has bosses, he has puppet masters. Ain't nobody that's stupid to destroy a country except you Edomites that's sitting back and allowing him to do it. But that's a whole nother video because y'all weak as hell like that. Y'all let one frail ass old man destroy your whole shit. But we're gonna let this man speak because weak men don't deserve rulership. That's why Esau tried to dumb y'all down and make y'all as weak as him, because he knows that weak men cannot rule over strong men. And it's like the elder said, this is not the land of the home or the brave. This is the home of the bend over and take it, because you Americans, y'all so stupid. By the time y'all realize what this man has done, it's going to be too late to do anything about it. But it's the Lord's will that this happens, because this is the only way we're going to get home. And this is the only way Esau going in them chains. He has to destroy himself. So let's grab the video. The name of this video is called, it's on the Arrows of Indignation 144. Subscribe, be edified. The name of this video is taking place right before our eyes, standing out the herd. Remember the Guidestones in Georgia. Now, let me see if I can read this. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Check out what this man got to say.
I want to talk about the ultimate plan that Trump and Musk and Project 2025 have for us, ordinary people who aren't billionaires. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the ultimate plan they have for us is for us to die. That plan, having a policy that tries to make sure that people who aren't super rich die or die young, has a name that's been around for almost 200 years: social murder. And if you don't believe me, look at what Doge and Elon Musk did with the National Weather Service. Musk, Doge cut the National Weather Service right before tornado season in the South. And what's happening? People are now experiencing, in Kentucky, soon elsewhere, tornadoes without warning. And in Kentucky, people just died. The GOP is passing a budget basically created by Project 2025 that's going to cut Medicaid to such a degree that over 8 million people are going to lose their health care.
They're not cutting Medicaid. They're stealing Medicaid. Think about it. It's like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. Every time you get paid, you put into that pot, that Medicaid pot, that Social Security pot, that Medicare pot to take care of you, especially Social Security. You put into that pot to take care of you when you are too old to work. So all that money you've been stacking over the last 20, 30 years you've been working, when they've been cutting Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare out your check, you ain't gonna get it back in your old age. That is called theft. It ain't no tax cut. It's not a cut because it's not theirs to cut. This your money that they made you set aside for your old age. Now you ain't finna get it because they finna steal it. That's what's really going on. It's not a cut. They're not cutting anything. They're stealing your money.
What's going to happen? Yeah, people are gonna die. Across the board, from workplace safety, food safety, air and water quality, everything's going to be degraded. More people are gonna die. You and me. So why are they doing this? Which the Christian right, by the way, is 100% behind. Doesn't sound very Christian or moral to me to let people die. It's because they ardently believe that the role of government exists simply to make wealthy people even wealthier. Regulations.
That's not a government. You want to know what a government is? Let's go to Sirach. This is what you call a shit show of these people trying to get away with lies, and it's not working because it's so goddamn see-through. But this is not a government. This is what a government is. Throughout chapter 10, verse 1, the wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. This is not that. They scrambling trying to get away with lies and destroy you at the same time.
And rules that allow you and me to live a little longer, that's not part of their equation. And we know long-term it has never been part of their equation because Americans flat out don't live as long as their counterparts in Western Europe. And in fact, our lifespans have been declining. The goal of Trump and Musk and Project 2025 is to make sure by policy that you and me don't live as long.
He said something then. Let's go to Daniel. Chapter 8. Verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Yeah, through his policy, unrighteous decrees. And like I said in the last video, anybody that's ruling over you, that's continually lying on you, stealing from you, murdering you, and hitting you with unfair laws, don't nobody want you ruling over them. And you know what else? The whole world gonna rejoice when your punk ass go in them chains. The Lord got a Project 2025 too. And it involves you going into captivity, E. Bet it up.
When we're no longer of use to them as young, able-bodied workers, off we go. So why are people voting for this? Voting for their lives being shorter and shorter every year? Because the billionaire class has been successful at distracting the working class by saying, don't worry about that. Don't worry about the fact that you're not going to live as long. There are trans playing sports. Worry about that instead. And somehow we've got to wake people up, and that's not being woke. Wake people up to the fact that they have been conned.
The end goal of Trump's tax plan and the cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, the cuts across the board, the goal is to make poverty unsurvivable, right? They have taken away so much from the working class as a whole, especially people who are in poverty. And they have turned it to a point where no matter what, they keep trying to make it unsurvivable, but what they don't get, especially about people who have lived in impoverished areas, you learn to survive on nothing anyway, right? And yet, these people still exist every day. They're still pumping out people who can become well-educated, well-literate. It doesn't matter where you're from, you can get out still. And let me phrase that because I understand it's very difficult to, but what I'm saying is, paths still exist for someone in poverty to get to college. That is what they hate. They don't want slum kids going to college. They don't want a black kid from the ghetto going to college. They don't want a white kid from rural buttfuck nowhere to go to college. They want these people to stay exactly where they are so they can keep milking them and abusing them, because when you understand that the pathway of getting out of poverty is by dedicating yourself to higher education of some kind, even trade work in a union apprenticeship, that is just as good as a scholarship. I have a bachelor's degree in sheet metal. That's the way I'm going to word it on every single one of my resumes, because I completed an apprenticeship program and became a journeyman through a national union. It's very apparent that the only thing they want to do now is to effectively kill off the disabled, the elderly, and the impoverished. There is zero other reason. Because here's the thing.
No, there's another reason. They're trying to kill off the Israelites to steal back their birthright that they sold. So they want the population down to a manageable number, 500,000, and their plan is to enslave you and steal back the kingdom. But no, the Lord said the kingdom belongs to Lord Yahweh King David, the 144,000 and the Israelites. So yeah, that's not going to happen, Esau. We know you hard-headed, you stiff-necked. We know you stuck on stupid. So the Lord is going to have to show you it's not going to work. You're not stealing back a birthright, homie. You are set to be deleted from this whole planet, your whole nation. How you think you're going to steal back a birthright if you don't exist? Dumbass.
Even though the Medicaid cut, it's going to impact so much more than just people on Medicaid. It's going to impact healthcare as a whole, because hospitals also their healthcare uses Medicaid to help supplement its funding. Their end goal for poverty is to be unsurvivable and ungrowable. You're not going to be able to, I don't even know the word for it, but
Arrested development. They want to keep you in a stagnant state. That's the word you're looking for.
You're not going to be able to get out of poverty anymore, especially with the changes, with how much they're pushing for private school vouchers over public school, everything. They are going to make it where poverty is now inescapable. They want a caste system where when you are born poor, you will stay poor and go that way.
He's right. All right, we can come out of this. Yeah. The rest of you Edomites in America, y'all didn't think your government would ever do this to you, did you? We know. Y'all only thought that they were just doing fuck shit to us. No. Y'all turn. The curses falling on y'all now. Let's get where. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. As for the scoundrel, his devices are evil. He plans wicked schemes, ruin the poor with lying words, even when the plea of the needy is right. He don't give a damn. That's why he's unfit to rule. He goes wherever his little soft-ass emotions take him. And he never came out his feelings as far as the Israelites. So that's why the Lord is going to put his ass in chains and make him work for free for 1,000 years. And that man right. Esau wants people to just die off, which also makes him unfit to rule. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. No, we ain't ignorant. We told you. Starting with the apostles, elders, and the bishops and the brothers. They told you what you was going to do. Why? Because the Bible told them what you was going to do. Psalm chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Psalms chapter 7, verse 4. Behold, he travaileth in iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and have brought forth falsehood. Yeah. Now, anybody just sit back and let somebody just die just because you're not human. Just like them small hats over there. Block the Palestinians' food and water. They're not human. But Moab, the Chinese, they bust through. They bust through the barricades to give them food and water. And they told them Israelis, I wish you would do something. Do something. They ain't do shit. Edomites are not human, man. That's why they're called base men. Bare minimum. Default character. Nothing special about him. The only thing that separates him from the rest of the animals is that he can talk. That's it. Well, when he talks, he lies. That separates him from the rest of the animals because he can speak lies. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they prescribe. Yeah, you stealing people money that they've been putting into a pot for 20, 30 years to take care of them in their old age. That's unrighteous decrees. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Stop expecting the wicked to be righteous. All they do is look for ways to fuck you over and lie about it. Accept it. This is who Esau is. Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Exactly. You ain't got nothing he won't. He don't even know you exist. But if you got something he won't, he can't stop thinking about you. He can't stop talking about you. Why? Because he's thinking about how to come and take your shit. Sirach chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Now he fucking over his own people. He shall not take pleasure in all his goods. Oh, there's another one. Let's get these. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 21. Remember, this man said he take the government trying to take away all your benefits and all the shit you need to live so you can die. That's Esau's plan. Sirach chapter 34, verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth them thereof is a man of blood. Verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder. And the Lord is going to treat you as such. And what did he say? What did he say he's going to do to the murderers? Let's get it. Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for the image of Yahweh made he man. Numbers chapter 35, verse 19. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. 2 Samuel chapter 4, verse 11. How much more when wicked men have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed, shall I not therefore now require his blood of your hand and take you away from the earth? Oh, what was that? Psalm chapter 73, verse 5. They're not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. That's why they're allowed to do this. Because why? Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Yes, it will. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Psalm chapter 31, verse 18. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. You're going to put them lying lips to silence, all right. Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Now, you got certain Edomites that don't want to have nothing to do with Edomites. That's how bad your rapport is right now in the earth. Your reputation. Don't nobody want to fuck with y'all. That's why the Lord will get rid of y'all. Look at the shit y'all do, man. Can you blame anybody for not wanting to fuck with you? You don't even want to fuck with you. Yeah, they stealing all this money that you put into the pot to take care of you. Psalm chapter 73, verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. But everything ain't enough for Esau. That's why he's unfit to rule. Verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches by stealing your shit. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 7. The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them because they refuse to do judgment, righteous judgment, because it's not in them. They can't do righteous judgment. They're afraid to be the wicked, the perfect fuck up. Psalms chapter 28, verse 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. That's why it says in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, and never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can't trust Esau. If you do, you're setting yourself up for the kill. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Hell yeah, Trump listen to lies, and he lies himself. So hell yeah, all his words are wicked. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not. But there are 7 abominations in his heart. 7 mean completion. That means this man is completely wicked. Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. That's on the world stage right now through the unicorn, the internet. That's why a lot of people backing away from him because he can't be trusted. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiling his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. That's because Esau doing a spoil, and spoil means to rob. Psalms chapter 7, verse 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity. He hath conceived mischief and have brought forth falsehood. You got to remember, that's all Esau knows how to do. Lie, steal, murder, be an alphabet. That's all he knows. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Yeah. And they still doing that to this day because this is all they know. So how can you expect wicked rulers to be righteous if all they know is wickedness? It's not going to happen. Righteousness ain't going to come forth till the Lord come back and put these bastards back in chains. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Sirach chapter 13, verse 6. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? Remember Trump when he first came in office for season 2? He said he gonna drop the egg prices. He gonna make the wars disappear. Yeah. That's why the scripture says, when he speaketh fair, believeth him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. He did the opposite of everything he said he was gonna do. Sirach chapter 13, verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he said. They extol it to the clouds. Yeah, Trump gonna do this, Trump gonna do that. Okay, yeah, he sure will. He ain't do none of that shit. But y'all believed it. He did the opposite to y'all. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices. We knew he was lying. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15, the simple believeth every word. MAGA. But the prudent man looketh well toward his going. How could you not know he was lying? Because that's all he does. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau finna go into chains, man. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, for when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. It's funny how this man cares so much about your safety, but he trying to kill you. How does that work? You care about my safety, but you want me dead? You don't care about my safety then. It's just that simple. He cares about your safety, but he wants you to starve. He cares about your safety, but he wants you to be homeless. He cares about your safety, but he plans to give you a jab that gives you heart attack, strokes, and shit like that. But he cares about your safety. Y'all better wake the fuck up. Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee every time. But you care about my safety, though. But you won't let me eat. What kind of shit is that? You care about my safety, but you want me outside in the cold. But you just said being homeless is illegal. What kind of shit you on, man? You all over the place. James 1 and 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Never trust thine enemy. Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. That means never trust the shit he says as well. They're trying to steal back the birthright, man, from Jacob. No, you're not getting it back. You're getting 1,000 years of captivity and extermination. That's what you're going to get. The rest of Esther, chapter 13, verse 5. Seeing then we understand that his people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in a strange manner of their laws. Exactly. Stupid shit they call laws. And evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can so that our kingdom may not be firmly established. That's why they doing this, even if it means they got to kill their own kind. They don't want Jacob, the Israelites, in rulership. But guess what? It ain't up to you, baby. It ain't up to you. That's not your call. Okay? The Lord made that call. The Lord said, okay, the Israelites have served their punishment. Now it's time to dig off into Esau's ass. The Lord's call. It's not yours, homie. Luke chapter 8, verse 17, red letter, Lord Yahushua speaking. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. The Lord is exposing you on the world stage. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? His counsel peers from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished? The answer is yes, because they are panicking. They are desperate for results, because they are that afraid going into captivity under the Israelites. Now ain't the time to be scared. That comes later. Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not, because he the one doing the spoiling. Spoil means to rob. Job chapter 15, verse 35, they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare deceit. What is that deceit their belly is preparing? How to steal your money and lie about it. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 10, the soul of the wicked desire of evil. His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. Yeah, Esau, you can look at Esau if he your neighbor, and you could tell that he don't give a fuck about nothing but himself. He don't even care about his family because he'll whack their ass too. Psalm chapter 94, verse 20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law, stealing your money, and called it a tax cut. No, that's theft, homie. That's your money. Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. This is where Esau's mind that he think he ain't gonna never go down. He think he'll always be at the top. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They'll call their lands after their own names. Alexandria, Fredericksburg. Yeah. America, Africa. These are named after Edomites. St. Petersburg. See what else I got. Psalm chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. An open sepulchre is an above ground grave or tomb. Ain't nothing in it but death. So when Esau speaks, he doesn't speak life. He speaks death. He encourages the population to a death style, not a lifestyle, because two men together cannot bring forth life, nor two women. But he encourages this. Matter of fact, you might get counseled if you are against it. This is how ass backwards Edomites are. The Lord created them to be this way. This is all they know. Stupid shit. I think I got all these. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. When the princes eat in the morning, they gonna tend. That mean, well, back in the day, back in the ancient time, the princes, before they ate in the morning, they tended to the people. So in this scripture, it says, woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. That means they gonna eat first before they tend to the people, which is basically saying that they don't give a fuck about the people. So like, you see what I'm saying? Instead of tending to the people's needs, and then they eat, now they go straight to eat because they don't give a fuck about the people. That's these Edomites in rulership right now. Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. This is not that. The wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. This is not that. So how you think America gonna go on? No, America is dead in the water. Sirach chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet get heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away. That means that it don't matter how good a performance this man puts on, you better not forget that he's wicked. Don't listen to his words. Look at his history. Job chapter 13, verse 4. For ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value. Exactly. Psalm chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. You got Edomites telling on other Edomites now. Edomite women betraying their men now. Curses taken off of us and being put onto you. It's you now. You are the recipient of the curses now. Now you got Edomite baby mamas and daddies. Uh-huh. Child support, alimony, all that shit. The government fucking y'all over like they've been fucking us over. Welcome to the curses, baby. Take your shoes off. You gonna be here a while. God damn it. Psalm chapter 28, verse 3. Draw me not away with the wicked, and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, with mischief is in their hearts. What mischief? To steal your money and lie about it. Let me see. We can go and close this one. Yeah, we can get this one and close. This is Sirach chapter 27, verse 27. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. The Lord got you in the trick bag, baby. If I was you, I'd be scared to go to sleep at night because I'm on the Lord's hit list. Y'all will be all right, though. Them chains going to keep y'all nice and warm in the kingdom. Call Halayim La Lahayi now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach Wa Malakia by Hashem Harawat Wakak Wadash Baraka Thumb the water by Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.